Hey everybody, Leo Gonzalez. Hope this video finds you well. This is one of the most exciting things I think I have found out as far as generating leads, because it doesn't really take much effort and it really just takes the power away from the big companies like Zillow, Trulia, and Redfin that are really just stealing our leads and handing them off to agents for profit. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. I'm going to explain to you the way that they work, their business model, how effective it is, and how it can work for us. So what I've done here is I've taken a listing from the office here, 3477 Brockton Avenue in Riverside. This is a listing from Jose Sanchez. Obviously it's been on the market quite some time, and it's being advertised on all of the other websites out there, Zillow, Trulia, or Redfin. So what I'm going to do here is, obviously we know that buyers don't have access to the MLS, that's a given, but they have access to everything else where they feel that they have the power, because they have so much information about the property. I mean, they have everything except the remarks and the showing instructions, right? So if they had that, they pretty much would need buyer's agents. So what they feel pretty comfortable going online and getting all the information they need, and then they contact the agent, or so how it works, right? So we know that everything stems off of the listing, and Zillow knows that as well, and they've created a multi-billion-dollar company just taking that simple concept. So let's take a look at that concept for a second. So here's the same listing over here on Zillow.com. Obviously, it's the same exact pictures that are uploaded in the MLS, and list price, all the pertinent information, right? So what we have here now is it tells you right here, contact the agent. Now the reason this is here is because this is our information, because Zillow knows that we're logged in. So it knows that my name is Castle Realty Group, and this is the email, and I am interested in 3477 Brockton Avenue, Riverside, California, 92501. So what it does is this little contact form, which we would call in our business a lead, it's sent to an agent that is paying Zillow that zip code. And here I'm going to explain this exactly. So what it does here is it does show the listing agent. So if you see here, by law, Zillow can't tell them that this is another agent's listing. They have to put the agent there that has the property, right? But what happens is that they don't care. They never bother to look at any of this. So these agents right here, the quote-unquote premier agents, they're the ones that are going to benefit from us filling out this information, right? So they're paying Zillow X amount of dollars a month to get the leads from agents that are getting the listings. Kind of unfair, in my opinion. So I'm actually going to show you how it is that we can combat that. But to further prove my point, here are the facts, right? It tells you all of this information about the property. It tells you how many people have viewed the listing and how many shoppers have saved this home. That means there have been 27 people who have said, I want this property, I want more information. These are what we would call leads. So these 27 shoppers, I would say that maybe 50% of them have filled out the inquiry form and have wanted more information about the property. And out of all that, I'm pretty certain that none of them have contacted the listing agents, Jose and Gustavo. So with that said, how can we really combat this? Well, a couple of years ago, Zillow got sued, so they can't pull directly from the MLS like Realtor.com has. But what we can do is we can start watermarking the properties. And what do I mean by that? I'll show you guys one I just did, and we tested it a little bit, and we did get calls from these listings. But I think now it's time for everybody to start taking control again. So what I'm going to do is, if you notice here, all these other properties, let's just take a look at another one. Let's go here. This one's for sale at 325. To use another agent as an example, right? So here we have oh, this is good. Okay, so this is a Sophia Chacon listing. You do realize that there is no other agents down here like there was the rest of them. It's only this agent, and that's it. So you can only contact this agent. Why is that? Is because she is a premier agent. So it says so right here. So if the premier agent has a listing, then the contact goes directly to them, right? So it's almost like a pay to play type of thing. We'll let you be the only listing on there. We'll let you be the only listing that these buyers can contact, or the listing agent that these buyers can contact, so long as you pay us, right? A little bit unfair, but that's how the game is played. So 379 shoppers have stayed at home. So that's a hot listing. Let's do another one. Let's see here. I actually think all of these right here, the promoted listings, are premier agents, or maybe not. So here's another one, right? So we have Michael Tier, right? So we have Michael Tier, listing agent. So Michael Tier is not going to be getting any of these leads. They're all going to be going to the agents that pay. So I think I get my point across. 8 shoppers saved his home. That's another 8 potential buyers that this agent that he worked so hard to get that listing could have gotten himself, but no, it's whoever has the traffic makes the rules. So how do we combat that? I'll show you guys here in a second. 13627 page. There we go. So this is a listing that we got in Chino Hills. It's a very, very, very hot market out there. The last thing we would want to do is leave money on the table, and I don't think anybody would want to do that. So what we went ahead and did here is we added a watermark and we added a phone number. Why is that? Well, plain and simply because obviously if this property is hot enough, we could properly market it and brand it to where it's Castle Realty Group and it's not Zillow. So we're taking the power away from Zillow and we're giving it back to us, so to speak. So if we look here, and we're going to start looking through some of these pictures here, let's actually take a look at who they're selling our leads to. So we have John and Michelle, who have sold 32 homes in the area within the past year, and all these other people, 50 sales, 27, 32. Those are a good amount of sales. So these agents are obviously, they got a little bit of money, they want to play, and they want Zillow to send them the traffic. But here we have Castle Realty Group. Of course, we got to record more sales, but this is a listing agent. None of these 34 shoppers that have saved this home have gone to us, so which is why we did what we did today. If it's a hot listing, then make sure that we're marketing right. So how does this work? Obviously it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you actually start looking at the pictures, what it does is it actually pulls up the phone number. So not only do you watermark it to the company logo, or if you have your own branding that you use, you put it here and then you add the phone number so buyers know who to contact directly. Obviously by the listing being here, they're going to know that they're going to call this person and they're going to get direct information about the listing, as opposed to filling this out and then they're going to go off to another agent who's then going to call you, might not be interested. This way we're completely cutting out the middleman and all those leads are going directly to you. And I'm assuming that in a perfect world you'd probably get all those leads and they'd all qualify, but I think it'd be safe to say that this would increase the amount of buyers leads and the amount of buyers calls that we're going to get per listing, thus increasing the chance to double end each one of these. So if you guys need help doing this, let me know. I can, and I only do the front picture obviously, so the rest of them everybody gets to see the actual property. So I actually did it once here, and then the next picture I uploaded the same picture but without the watermark. So I know for a fact that because Zillow has built such a big model off this, by simply doing this, it will increase the leads and it will increase the amount of buyers agents that we're gonna get, guys. So I hope you like this. If you have any questions, y'all have my cell phone number. Take care, guys.